What's going on YouTube? This is KREESE here. Today I'm going to bring you a video on how to extend the life and get the most service life out of your four-wheeler, motorcycle, or jet ski battery. Today I'm installing this Napa battery on a 2005 Kawasaki Brute Force 650. So we're going to go ahead and open it up and I'll show y'all what to do. Alright, so with the box open now, you can see our battery here. You can see this aluminum foil. You always want to make sure and check that none of this is broken, that it's not punctured. This is your acid here. Be very careful when you're opening this, and I'll show you how to take it off. We're going to put it in here. I'll show y'all what to do. As y'all can see, all the warning labels: danger, corrosive. So this is harmful to your skin or a surface if you get it on it. But what you want to do is be very careful when putting the electrolyte in that battery. We're going to take this plastic off. We're going to remove these caps on top. We're going to take and turn it over, and where those holes are, you're just going to line up and just press down firmly. You want to make sure that you're on a flat level surface, which we are on this workbench. And when you push it in, you're going to watch and make sure that you have bubbles generating inside this container, and that lets you know that everything's draining. If you don't have bubbles, you can take and tap on the top of it. Sometimes that'll start to flow. So we're going to let all the acid, the electrolytes, drain into the battery. So after adding this, we'll let the battery sit for 20 minutes. Let it all flow in. Make sure that it's all empty. We'll let it sit for 20 minutes. We'll remove it. We'll put the caps on top of the battery, which are right here. These will go on the battery, and then we will let it sit for 30 minutes to 1 hour before charging. And what that does is it lets the acid permeate the plates inside the battery, and this will make sure that you have the longest service life out of this battery as possible. Make sure we remove the acid. Remove this top very carefully. Set this to the side because this is what's going to seal the battery. Line it up, push down. Make sure that you have bubbles generating in the container, which you do. So the acid is finished draining. We'll start the timer now for 30 minutes. We will let this stand before sealing it and beginning our charge. So the minimum stand time for this is 30 minutes. I actually let this one sit for about an hour. It's not going to hurt anything. So what you're going to do, pull this off. You can go ahead, remove this foil. And with the foil removed, take the cap that we took off, go ahead and place on top of the battery. You're just going to push this down firmly all across. Press down, make sure it's pressed flat, seal it across the top. And as you can see, 12.8 volts with the acid in. Now we will go ahead, have a Napa charger here, 12 volt 2 amp settings, and so at 2 amps we're going to set this, hook it up, and we're going to set it up to charge for for this model battery between 2 and 4 hours. Everything hooked up, we're charging 2 to 4 hours. Alright, so we have let this battery charge for about a total of 6 hours now at 2 amps. We're going to go ahead and just check it while I just pulled it off the charger. We'll see what we're showing here. Right now I got 12.9 volts fresh off the charger. So what we need to do is go ahead, we need to check this about 30 minutes later, and if we do not have 12.7 or higher, we need to repeat the charging process. But I believe that we should have 12.7, 12.8 volts after 30 minutes, but we will recheck this later this evening. Alright, so when I took this off charge last night, let stand for 30 minutes, check it. If it's less than 12.7 volts, go ahead and charge it at 40% of the time that you charged for before. So say if before you charged it for 10 hours, you would charge it for 4 hours this next go round. I actually let this thing charge for about 6 hours because I had a class, so when I got home I took it off. And last night when I checked it, I couldn't hang around for 30 minutes. I had something I had to do, so now it's been about 15 hours since this thing has been resting. So it's the next day now. We're going to go ahead and check it. We're going to see what kind of voltage we have. So we're at 12.8 volts, 12.9, 12.8. That's after 15 hours of rest. This battery is hot, it's ready to go. We're going to go ahead and install it. And as always, I'm KREESE. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.